Wagwan me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast are strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet. A place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
It must be good being young.
Yeah, I slept 12 hours one day this week.
Oh, jeez.
I had 6 hours last night.
That is way too low.
I got 45 minutes.
Ooh,
That's not enough.
it's definitely not enough. I feel like it's not enough.
I feel like, that's a lot, though. That's better than what I have been averaging. I was averaging like 30.
I
So
hit that
45
point
is pretty
now
good.
where, like, if I don't get enough sleep, my stomach hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, you get all gargly for no reason.
Yeah, I get gargly for no reason. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the digestion tract. See, I'm gonna start going. And I don't want to talk about my issues with fiber. So.
Yeah, fiber makes everything easier for your stomach to digest. But
It does.
what makes the faith much easier to digest over time is listening to Father to Father podcast. So
That's
welcome
true.
to the show, everybody. My name is Dr. Giovanni. Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Giovanni. I'm with me. It's my right hand, my main man,
Father Greg Lambert.
and our special guest.
What's up?
Yeah, she gonna get big up, man. I promise you, people are gonna start listening and be like, "Oh, bring her back. She sounds so pleasant."
I know. Put her face on a T-shirt.
I know.
Which country gets me?
I got India, so
You got India.
Yeah.
You got India. That's cool.
Argentina or
Father
something.
Greg. Indians love
Wild.
Father
Wild.
60 seconds. Father 60 seconds. He's like, welcome to your sanity safe space. Welcome to your sanity safe space. Oh man, it's been a wild week. It's been a fun week, but I'm glad to spend it with both of you and to spend it to all of you that are listening. Listen, do us a favor. Keep doing what you're doing. Open up a second screen. Scroll down. Click review. 5 stars. That's it. That's not hard. Is it? No, it wasn't hard. And then type in like something cool like, we like the show. Like, I don't know. Something like that. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Favorite mac and cheese recipe, maybe?
Yeah.
Ooh, dairy-free mac and cheese.
Is that possible?
Is
It
it?
is.
What?
Really? It's gonna taste like sand.
Wait, hold on. Pause. Dairy-free mac and cheese.
Dairy-free mac and cheese.
You got so interested.
Who out here making dairy-free mac and cheese?
My mom has some non-cheese cheese sitting in the fridge right now.
Oh, my stomach. I love your mom. Wonderful lady. But my stomach.
I might have to call your mama.
Things I can't say on the radio.
Well, she got some dairy-free mac and cheese. I haven't had mac and cheese in like 10 years.
You understand what happens to me if I try to make that explanation? She had dairy-free mac and cheese, and I had to see what it was hidden for. I can't do that. I can't say that.
No, you can't,
I can't
say that. You can't say that at all. You can't say that at all. You can't say that at all. But you know what? If you love us and you want to support us, go to catholicnotebook.org/father. That's catholicnotebook.org/
F2F.
And you can submit your questions, ask us different things, or you can click that little jar on the thing and just click on it and give like $2, $8,
$3.
$5.
What are your increments? Why 8?
That's one of the
giving
increments.
8?
It's one of the presets. It's not my fault. I can't fix the presets. I don't
goodness.
control it. And what that does is it allows us to keep the lights on and lets
Give us
us
$12 so we can continue on.
Yeah.
Exactly 12.
And it lets us do what we do best. All right.
$22.
$22.
Yeah.
Or 75. 75.
72.
500.
402.
300.
75.
12.
15.
8.
28,
35,
40.
Let's get started. 45, 47.
Hey, tell me, baby, what's the word on the street? Is it love or is it lies beneath our feet? I'm holding on.
Okay. Today I messed up by not correcting father in the confession. Yeah. Today I messed up by not correcting father in the confessional and panicking. I went to reconciliation. Today like a good Catholic, fully prepared to do the right thing with God. Nothing too crazy on the sin list, just the usual procrastination, gossip, and a little pettiness. You know, standard Catholic nonsense. I stepped into the confessional, ready to speed run my sins when Father cleared his throat and said, "Before we begin, I just want to thank you for volunteering at the festival last weekend." I panicked. I didn't volunteer at the festival last weekend. That was my cousin, who kind of looks like me. It was me. But my people-pleasing instincts kicked in, and I nodded. I started to panic again and said, oh no, he cannot know about the sins I'm about to confess.
Oh. Because she would be technically someone else, per se.
And so I started, but it was too late to backpedal. So I just barreled forward, dumping my sins as fast as possible, praying as if I say them quickly enough, it cancels out the whole accidental deception.
Nope.
And then the worst possible thing happens. Father goes, let me offer you some advice based on the kind person you are, and proceeds to give me a whole homily on how wonderful I am and how I should live my life with the generosity and service, and how my heart for others is inspiring. I feel like such a fraud. I walked out, and I technically did receive absolution, but does it even count if the whole thing was built on deception? And that's it. That's how they mess up.
Huh. I don't think to be perfectly honest, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
What?
Like something like that before, of a mistaken identity within confession.
Oh yeah, dude, this happens all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. This happens quite a bit because, like, oh geez, we had a priest at our parish when we were growing up that would confuse my Chris with me, and so it was like, oh, so when I would walk in, he would be like, Chris, good to see you. Because there was a small period of time where Chris and I had the same pair of glasses.
Okay.
And he had very poor eyesight. So he would just be like, oh, Chris, good to see you. And he was a very personable type of person. And he wanted confession to be a place where he would make it feel like more of a conversation and less of you come in, you do your thing, and then you leave. And there would be times where he would say something that would be completely out of bounds and just completely just off base. So he would tell Chris, for example, oh, Chris, it's so great that, you're really working hard with the Knights of Columbus to really push for youth initiatives at the church. Well, Chris doesn't do any of that stuff. And he just played the piano. Or he'll tell me hey, awesome work this weekend on the piano. You did amazing stuff. And so you do get into these situations where you're like, do I correct him?
Right. It happens with you and me all the time.
Yeah, people do that to us a lot.
Yes.
They do it to us a lot. And the only way I stop them is if they start asking me hey, Father, can you give me a blessing? And I'm like, I'm not a priest. That's my brother. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no. Don't think I didn't know. No.
I was testing if you knew.
Yeah, you know, your brother. Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't commit a sin because that would have been bad. I'm like, okay, cool.
I had to call your brother.
So some of that. So what do you think?
Dang. Well, I mean, do you want to
go first?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I had a couple of questions in the beginning. She said that she had nodded, he had basically called her by the cousin.
Yeah.
Assumed that she was a cousin.
Yeah.
And she nodded. So I'm assuming that there wasn't a screen involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was face to face.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's face to face, that's a whole lot harder because now this priest, not to say it's a fault of his own, I would not personally do this, but this priest has the want and the desire to have the confession be that of a personal, situation and have his feelings be known about this individual of how much he thinks that they are encouraging. Right. I personally would not do that because in the moment, it's really about the sacrament and not really about me.
Right.
So even if it's something that's super positive and he wants to go ahead and give so much great affirmation, I think there's always going to be a vehicle and opportunity to do it outside the sacrament of confession.
Right.
And I say that in just pure charity, that I think that all of this could have been avoided if he would have either sent the person a card or waited till after the confession was over or before they start and to say, hey, I feel like I really want to go ahead and thank you and let you know how much you've been doing for our parish. And I think it's really inspiring. On the same note, he has the ability to do that outside the sacrament of confession. This individual has the responsibility to not take all those wounds and just say, hey, that's not actually me.
Yeah.
And I get that it's awkward. I get that it's super uncomfortable because I've done something like this before, but not within the sacrament of confession.
Yeah.
Just in other places where people have either mistake me for someone else. I was like, yeah, totally. Or for example, they mistake me for different nationalities. That's also happened.
Haitian.
Exactly. I got that a lot in Miami, and to the point where people would speak to me in French, and I would like kind of nod around and be like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, oh, he doesn't really know his English yet. That's fine.
Yeah. There is a time where we would go down to like a place and people would come up to him and be like, "Oh, gade pe, vini la no, bon blessing no, bon blessing," and they would just be talking to him, just insane. And I would come up and be like, "Oh, gade pe sa, no, vini avec me," and I'd take him off and I'd be speaking to them, and he oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And that's all he said. He'd be like, thank you. And he's like, God bless you. He'd be leaving.
Yep.
Okay, because that's the only way to get out of my situation.
Exactly, because they always cop an attitude when I tell them I'm not Haitian, and they're like, "Man, whoa, why are you angry?"
I'm sorry, I was born this way.
Exactly, I was born this way.
No, you sold out that country, man.
I'm like, yo, last time I checked, like my donations go there too. Like I'm trying to help. I'm an advocate. I'm an ally. Anyway, but all that is to say that she she definitely should have had the opportunity and the ability to say, I think we have started off on the wrong foot. I think we really need to start this thing over.
Yeah.
I'm not who you think I am.
Yeah.
Here are my sins.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I please have absolution?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I agree. I think that both her and the priest are looking at confession with a different purpose than like what was actually intended. Like the priest wanted to come in, he wanted to compliment her. Well, that's not the purpose of confession. I mean, you can do that another time. And for her, it seems like she is very overly concerned with how the priest sees her and how that's going to affect her sins. Whereas I feel like even if the priest saw her differently, then she can still genuinely confess her sins, and she'll still be getting something out of it because it's not the priest, it's Christ.
Right.
And so Christ knows, okay, well, this isn't your cousin, this is you.
Right.
And so if you're genuinely confessing this out of kindness to just not, maybe she really just, it wasn't right for her to correct the priest. That's fine, but like she brought that worry about not correcting the priest into her sin, so now that's just not genuine. And
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of like a traditional mindset too of not correcting priests. I need to know if I'm wrong though.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, I
right.
need to know.
I still think she should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever get mistaken or have mistaken identity before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's this girl at my college that everyone thinks we're sisters.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Have you mistaken someone's identity?
Yes.
I'll let you know it's free. I mistaken people all the
I'm
time.
really bad with names.
Me too.
Really,
High
really
five.
bad.
Me too.
It's terrible. Don't. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it took such a long. Yeah, I'm so bad with names.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names.
No, you are.
Yeah.
There's been multiple times. There has been multiple times. Yes, I'm going to say it. There's been multiple times where people have reached out to you and said something directly about me.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would come home and be like, yo, you won't believe what I heard about you today. And I'm like, what? And then you say some wild fugazi thing. I said, who said that? And you're like, I don't know. I'm like,
That's when the name is needed.
Well, but like, here's my thing. Like, people say these names, and I'm just like, it's not going to retain in my head. I don't know. I don't know.
You gotta like learn skills. I'm working on that. Like how to remember the names.
That's why we have nicknames for people.
Yeah, like nicknames are so much easier.
Yeah,
so much easier.
But what if it's like a professional person?
Like, what you mean?
Oh, we have nicknames for professional people too.
No. Like it's important to remember like professional people that you meet.
Like who?
Well, like this organization I'm a part of. Every week I'm meeting some like higher up person.
Oh.
And so when I shake their hand, I want to remember like who this person is in case I see them out.
Oh.
The connections, you know.
Yeah. No.
If you don't know their name, that connection's lost.
Nah, I don't even bother with that because and maybe this is my thing, but I overcompensate with charisma, and so it's like
I can do that too, but. Yeah, but if you don't remember their name, I mean,
nah, but
that's disrespectful.
No. Watch. Here's the thing. I could talk to you the entire time and not say your name, and it's not going to even be a thing, and we won't even like.
Well, that's fine.
Worry.
I can do that too. Yeah,
like, we won't even like worry about it.
But you're not like the millionaire I'm trying to get money from.
Yo!
Did they give you a Rolex?
No! Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My what you trying to say? My bank account's not big enough for you? What? Okay. All right. Say less. Say less.
That's not what I'm saying. I can remember your name and your charisma, but when it comes to meeting these kinds of people, it's remembering the name that's going to be most important.
You see,
because they meet so many people, so they're not going to remember your charisma.
But that's the thing, though. Like my thing, like
maybe
it depends. Like to a certain, like I've always been two minds of this because like when I was living out in Florida, and I would be running with like different groups of people and stuff like that, and I was doing a lot of business to business and connecting different people together. One of the big things that kind of got me into wedding planning for a little bit was when I was just introducing people. And the funny thing was, I never said their names to each other. I would always be like, hey, come over here. And they'd be like, hey, Gio, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Yo, I need to introduce you to this person. You need to meet this person. And I'm like, who? I'm like, dog, don't even worry about it. Come over here.
I do the same thing. Yeah.
We'd be like snaking through the crowd or whatever. And then I'd be like, hey, yo. And they'd be like, Gio? I'm like, hey, come here. Yo, he's in business finance. You're in, corporate shipping. You two need to connect.
And they ask, well, what's their name? And you tap your friend, you're like, hey, tell them your name.
That's what, yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. And because half the time I don't remember their names. Because it's just so, like, and it's so hard to, like, at least for me, it was just one of those things where I'm like, my brain doesn't work that way. And so I dump so much memory all the time. And the only thing I'm retaining is like, oh, I'll remember like, back in like 1984, you ate Cheetos by yourself because your dad left you on your porch and didn't come back until like,
this is not an exaggeration,
but I won't remember, who you are, like what your name is.
Yeah.
I just take medicine to focus, so it's hard for me to remember stuff or to focus long enough to remember things. But I remember lots of things.
Yeah, he does.
I don't always control what I remember though.
Yeah. You got to like connect an item to the name.
Yeah. Well, this is why we have nicknames. Like that's how we.
That's true.
That's why we do nicknames specifically because like I can tell him, for example, if I say like Nancy, he knows exactly who I'm talking about in terms of Nancy, and we know exactly the name that Nancy means.
And from the outside looking in, you can't make that connection.
You don't know
that individual's named Nancy.
And that's become something where like as we've gotten more involved and as we've gotten more popular and as we've gotten like dare I say famous, I don't even know if famous is even the right word, but it's just like
in India. That's it.
Oh, we got a new country.
We got a new country?
It's a new country. It's a brand new country. I bet
everywhere
you won't even
except
know.
America.
What are we doing wrong?
I bet you won't even know what country you popping in right now.
Bangladesh.
No. Bangladeshis actually don't like you.
Well, It is what it is, I guess. Australia?
I'll give you 3 guesses. You said Bangladesh and Australia? No. What would you say?
Is it a random country?
It actually is. I was surprised, and I was like, okay, that's weird. It's an African country. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Madagascar.
It's a North African country.
North Africa.
It's a North African country. Not so not mad.
I was going to mess up my geography of Africa.
I don't know geography. I could tell you Kenya,
Kenya,
but it's not Kenya because that's small or that's big.
Yeah, it's small.
I feel like black people are going to be upset with me.
Yeah, they're gonna be mad upset.
I got to be careful. All right. Ethiopia.
No. So you out of it. You got 2 more.
I don't know any more countries in Africa.
Mauritius.
Oh, shoot. Mauritius?
Mauritius.
Oh, I know.
Mauritius.
Yeah.
Mauritius popping.
Yeah, Mauritius. It's like a French.
Are they in the North Africa area?
Yeah, it's in North Africa.
I thought there was... No, maybe that's
Yeah.
Madagascar. I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're like a French colony country. Like they used to be a French colonial state, and then they got their own independence, everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you popping in Mauritius. Right? Would you take a Rolex?
No,
No,
I don't like wearing bracelets
You don't like wearing bracelets?
or anything like. No, I don't want a Rolex.
Like, what would you take then?
That's not what we asked. Well, would you wear it?
I didn't say you didn't have to wear it. I said, would you take one?
I would not wear it. Wait.
Okay. So then what would you like? Okay, if there was going to be like a luxury brand that like reaches out to it, because this is something that I've thought about. If a luxury brand reaches out to us and says like, hey, we want to give Gia something as being like a, hey, we'd love to sponsor her kind of thing. What would you be like? Yeah, I can cop that.
Like a necklace.
Like a necklace?
Yeah.
Okay. So like a Tiffany necklace?
Yeah, but I'm gonna wear it like once in my life.
What?
I'm not just gonna wear a Tiffany necklace to classes.
I mean,
Sounds really interesting. It sounds kind of like a story that we heard not too long ago.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Of necklaces being
Maybe
given.
I'll save it for my wedding.
Oh, maybe,
Oh.
maybe.
Smart.
Hey, yo, that,
One less
hey,
thing I have to pay for,
Tiffany, you hearing it now? She'll take a Tiffany necklace.
or just give me a trip.
All right.
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
Give me a trip. That's what I would like.
Hey, Netherlands,
Ooh,
Danes, Greenland. We out here.
unlimited V8 energy drinks.
You like
That's very
V8?
specific. It's very specific.
Mango pineapple.
Everyone has a price. That's what we're hearing.
She's like a V8 mango pineapple. If it's not a V8, I don't want to hear it.
You mean V8 engine? No, juice. Juice. What?
I want to see that juice.
They're little mini cans. They're not carbonated.
Oh yeah, no,
good.
V8.
V8 energy.
V8
I'm not
energy.
about to drink that tomato juice. That's nasty.
Yo, listen. If V8 wants to sponsor us, we will gladly take it.
There we go.
One specific flavor.
So we got whiskey, we got V8 energy. What about Fendi or Prada
What?
or Hermes? Do you know any of these brands?
No.
You don't know Hermes?
No.
Do you have a purse?
No.
You don't have purses?
No.
Ah, fam.
What?
I
Like
have a
clutch?
free bag from a Catholic conference I went to that I
Oh.
throw my stuff in.
Oh, okay.
Stupidville?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay. So if like Coach sends us like, hey,
Oh, I
Here-
would take a purse because I don't have a nice purse.
okay, so Michael Kors or like any of that stuff.
Yeah,
they'd
I
be
need a
like,
purse
All right, say less.
for nice
Say
days.
less. Say
Yeah.
less. So, whew, let's wrap this up.
If there's V8 juice.
V8 juice. Yo,
purse.
how funny would it be? Like, yo, all of a sudden I get this email like, yo, we heard the episode. We're gonna get her the V8 juice, and we get a Hermes bag
Like
full
your
of V8 juice.
your 40 pounds of Mentos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Coming
My
straight
45
from
Mentos.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, no, not Scandinavia. It's Brazil. They don't have Mentos in Scandinavia. Pisses me off. Gotta get that damn thing from Brazil. Gotta wait 10 weeks.
Drinks for some Mentos?
Yeah, I gotta wait 10 weeks.
Yeah.
They gotta make them specially just for you.
No, they don't make them special. They just make them in like cycles, and they don't produce outside of the cycle. So it is what it is.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wheat syrup, dog. I don't know why they do that. It is what it is.
It is what it is,
what
fam.
it is. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, what's your rating? Did they mess up?
It's been a while since I forgot we were still talking about this question. To be perfectly honest.
Oh, it was the confession.
It's the
one.
confession
Yeah.
one. Did they lie and mess
Oh,
up?
okay.
Did they mess up? Yo, I'm giving them a 3 because, like, dog, come on. At some point, you're old enough. You should be like, yo, that's not me. It is what it is.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
No.
Yeah.
So 3? We all agree?
That was a 3.
3.
All right.
Unanimous.
Cool. See how it was.
Hey, tell me, baby, what's the word on the street? Is it love or is it lies beneath our feet? I'm holding on, but the world feels incomplete. Tell me, baby, what's the word on the word?
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me, hear me, hear me out. Give me your time, let me speak, no doubt. The truth's in
Let's
my
go.
words.
Okay. All right. But hear me out. Is it bad if the church prospers?
It sounds like money embezzlement.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm a seminarian, a man of God, a future priest. Part of my training involves connecting with parish communities, which sometimes involves getting extra friendly with major donors who keeps the church lights on. A few months ago, I got invited to a formal dinner at the rectory with some of our parish heavy hitters, the donors who fund, well, everything. My job, be polite, be professional, and make a good impression. One of the guests was Miss Carol DuPont. Miss Carol is 40, a widow, incredibly generous. She's charming, smart, and honestly, she knows how to work a room. So I do what I was trained to do. Smile, listen, engage with grace. I ask thoughtful questions, compliment her work for the parish, and generally just be a kind seminarian that makes people want to invest into the future of priesthood. The next day, she makes a massive donation. Not just to the parish, she tells Father Bernard, our pastor, I would love to sponsor that seminarian. This is how I end up in Father Bernard's office, sitting across from him as he gives me the talk. Father Bernard says, Matthew, listen to me carefully. Miss DuPont is one of our most important benefactors. She has taken an interest in you. That means you have to handle the situation with prayerful discernment, grace, and wisdom.
Don't mind me. Please continue.
I nod. Of course, Father. He squints. No, I need you to actually hear me. And that's when he gives me the line that still haunts me to this day. A priest's life is not his own. In such situations,
You can't be bought and sold.
you will have to die to serve. And when
Continue.
all
I
else
nod.
fails,
I went to the end.
I
it's not a
nod.
sin.
Yes, Father. And you have time. At first, it was harmless. She invited me to dinner or lunch, always with people in the community. At first it was harmless. She would invite me to dinner or lunch, always with people or other community members. And then I would get a gift as a thank you. A coffee here, a theology book there, a very nice espresso machine. Then I got custom clerical shirts. Then $3,000 a month for personal expenses. Then a Rolex. Then a new car. Even the dinner started changing. Going from Chili's to Cheddar's to very expensive restaurants and being introduced to essential church officials and business people. I was expected to give a little presentation about the various different things within the church, which is fine, but exhausting. And then just last week, she drops the biggest bomb yet. We're going on a pilgrimage. I said, oh, that's nice. Where to? Spain, Rome, Greece. I've booked it. It's a business deal I made with Mr. Brooke, who you met last week. He threw in a G6 as a pot sweetener. I just figured you need to experience these places before you are ordained. Wait, we? And that's when it hit me. I think I might be a sugar baby. And technically, nothing inappropriate happened. I have followed what my pastor said, but I've been wined, dined, and dressed better than a Vatican diplomat. So I need y'all to weigh in. Am I wrong for accepting these blessings if ultimately they benefit the church?
Blessings. Asterisk.
Edit, and this is an edit to like what they originally sent. It's like before you roast me, no, I'm not leaving seminary for Chanel sponsored vocation.
Chanel sponsored vocation.
And it says, hey, but hear me out. Is it bad if the church prospers that I'm getting all these perks from a donor? Okay. Do you need a recap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, here's what happened. Seminarian, I think, his name is Matthew. Pretty much, there's a big donor, and then you have the pastor, Father Bernard. Father Bernard says, "Hey, this particular donor has taken an interest in you. He's like, she likes you. Great. Make sure she's happy, but also make sure you're following the teachings of the Catholic Church. If you got time and it's not a sin, go." And he's like, "Say less. I got this." And then things started escalating. She started giving him more and more gifts, more and more money at $3,000 a month, which, okay.
It's a good amount of money.
She got a new car and a Rolex, which is 10 G's. Like a small Rolex would be 10 G's. So it's like a new car,
wild.
Rolex, and then dinner started changing. And then it's like, okay, expensive. They started going to expensive restaurants, things like that. And then he started meeting essentially church officials and everything like that. And then, big bomb, hey, we're going on pilgrimage. And you're coming with me.
When?
It doesn't
Like,
say.
he's at school.
It doesn't say. Like I'm assuming it's during the summer or like during his break or whatever.
He's going to miss his summer assignment? 'Cause that's not going to be. It's not going to be short.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. He doesn't say. He just says like, yo. And then he's like, it hits him at that point. He's like, I may be a sugar baby.
Because at a certain point, he has to keep going back to his pastor and say, I can't do this. I can't be here. I can't do that because Monsieur Pont wants me.
Yeah.
How do you say that without sounding?
I guarantee you the pastor is like, that's fine. I don't know, man. I don't know. But ultimately, he's like, listen, I haven't done anything, and I've stuck to what my pastor told me to do. Like, I'm not engaging in anything inappropriate. I make sure that I'm whatever. I got a Rolex, and I got, like, custom clerical shirts, and I got a new car, and I got, like, $3,000 every single month coming to me. I feel like...
Buddy can't roll up with a Rolex to seminary.
It's
not going to work.
It's not
going to rock. He's going to get called out.
He probably has kept it, like, just, you know,
in a box
somewhere, and just like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
At his mom's house. Like, don't even bring it on campus.
Yeah, that makes it a little different if he's not using this stuff.
Yeah, he's not
That's
like
true.
using it. Like, so, but, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna give you runway. Let me know what you think. What do you think?
Because this question is like, what is the question? The final one, like the hear me out is the prosper.
It's like, is it bad if the church prospers that I'm getting all these perks from a donor?
But is the church prospering?
Yeah, because every time she gives she gave a massive donation to his parish, but then she's also sponsoring him. So like it's like,
so she gave the donation and on the side of that she's sponsoring him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like, it sounds to me like, and this is the impression I'm getting, every time he gets something, the church gets something.
But that's the impression. We don't necessarily
know that.
Yeah. All we know for sure is that the very first time, she gave a massive donation to the church.
To the church.
Whatever the massive donation was. And then she's also sponsored him as well. I would imagine, because no one has said anything, she's also been giving donations to the church to balance it out. But
I mean, she gets invited back to these dinners and these sponsorships for a reason. So
right.
She is a big donor.
So she has to be a big donor. And she's meeting with church officials, which, again, I like... For anything you want to say about church officials, like one thing that they are very hypersensitive towards is like the appearance of stuff. So if she's not doing both sides and she's only focused on one seminarian, they would have shut that down a long time ago.
Yes.
So That's why I'm saying, like,
So she's still giving to the church. Well, we're going to assume that she's still giving to the church
Yeah.
while she's giving him.
Yeah.
It is, her giving to him what's motivating her giving to the church.
Yeah.
Or do we think that she would be giving the same amount to the church if she wasn't giving him all these gifts?
yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because then the church, the whole point, I mean, he's not prospering. The church isn't prospering getting this Rolex and this car and stuff.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
if he's gonna like not continue this, I don't want to say relationship with her because that's
But
not
that's
really,
what it feels like, though,
it feels
right?
like. But if he's gonna say no, I'm not gonna do this, is she still gonna give the same amount to the church? Because then nothing's changing. The church is still prospering just as much as it was.
Yeah.
And I don't. How is this like changing him? Like, is this changing his humility? You know, like the church also prospers off of holiness.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, that's
if
true.
it's changing his holiness, I mean, seminarians we're supposed to be growing in humility, you know. So
I mean-
if it's doing that, like church ain't prospering.
Can I throw something at you though?
Yeah.
Let me throw something at you though. So a lot of seminarians, for example, like they don't actually get a lot of money per month, right? So like some dioceses do a really good job taking care of seminarians, some of them don't. So like you'll have some dioceses, for example, that will only give like $500 to their seminarians for like a semester, which is like 4 or 5 months,
Right.
and they're
That's
like
all.
live on that, which it is virtually impossible to do. And then some will give them like a legitimate, like, okay, here's $1,200 a month, here's $1,300, like something that they can actually viably live on. And so that being said, it's like, if that's a situation you find yourself in, you know, you want the seminarians to only get like $500 a semester, and now you're getting $3,000 a month.
So what if he took what he needed from that 3,000,
Yeah.
and then just gave the rest to the church
That is an option.
That is an option.
You can do that.
That is an option. It is.
without her knowing?
Well, he can do what he wants. It doesn't seem like she cares what he does with it.
But then the church technically is prospering more
yeah,
with this relationship continuing if he's using that money
yeah,
and giving it to the church.
yeah.
I feel a certain type. I would feel a certain type of way, and this did not happen in the story, right? But what if this individual, who's the donor, wants him to come to a dinner,
Right.
or some form of event,
Yeah.
and she says, "I want you to wear the Rolex that I gave you."
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't that within itself, that relationship, because it is, let's call it a relationship. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. It doesn't have to be a relationship between that's ill toward in any way.
Yeah.
But it's a type of relationship.
Right.
There's a working connection here somewhere. In a relationship that would be a power dynamic, because this person is bankrolling an individual, and this person has a lot of authority, and this person has the ability to bankroll most likely buildings on campus.
Right.
If she has this much money,
Yeah.
there's a good chance that her name's on something.
She signed a business deal that got her a G6. I'm sorry. As a pot sweetener? That is like...
Her name is on the library or something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
And so at that point, that person can cold call you and say, "We're going to Italy, France, Greece. Make sure you wear your Rolex." That sounds like a sugar baby.
Yeah. Well, that he said, like, I made the realization that I might be a sugar baby.
There's no might, sir.
I
I
think,
might be
yeah.
sure.
You've been bought and sold.
Yeah.
I might be a sugar baby.
And the good thing is, as far as we know, there is nothing that has said, "I own you, you need to do this."
Right.
But the threshold could easily be crossed, and that's the danger of it.
Right.
And then you have to ask yourself the question, what is this individual getting out of this relationship?
Oh, I can tell you what she's getting. I can tell you for free what she's getting.
And that's the thing. Listen, I don't know. I don't know what the story goes, but there's a really good chance, and you let me know if I'm wrong, there's
Yeah.
a really good chance that the fact that it was mentioned in the very beginning that she's a widower,
Uh-huh.
and the fact that she really loves the church and she really loves seminarians, maybe,
Oh, no. It never said she loves seminarians.
but it did say she was a widower.
It said she was a widower.
Is there a world or a reality where this individual is choosing to support because we have to use this word support because that's what we know about it. Is there a reality where this individual is choosing to support the seminarian because she's getting something of some type of gratification from not just the fact that she's doing something good, but she's garnering the attention of a young man?
Yeah, most likely. I mean, like, if we're just gonna call a spade a spade, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, most likely what's going on here is just like, yo, she's an incredibly wealthy person. She donated a ton of money to the church, and then on top of that,
it's great.
You're right, which is fine. But then on top of that, like, she has been given clearance to like sponsor this guy. And that's it. And it's like, okay, cool. And what she gets out of it is just like, oh, I get company. Sweet, I get the company, and he's not ugly.
Yeah,
It's like, yo, this is great. And so, like, if I want to do something, all I got to do is tell him, like, hey, you want to come? Hey, come with me to this. We're going to this. I don't have to ask you to come with me because that's not the lifestyle I live.
Probably a little fun for her.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. She's like, yo, I don't need to be like, oh, do you have time to do? No. It's, yo, Thursday, put your shoes on. Let's go. I don't care if you wear your Rolex. I don't care if you do whatever. Just put your shoes on. Let's go.
I don't know, fam.
Listen, it's the power dynamic that comes with that type of lifestyle.
No, it is.
And I'll tell you this. I used to run with like a lot of people that lived in that ultra wealthy lifestyle stuff. It's not a matter of like, if you could. It's a matter of, okay, we're doing it and we'll figure it out as we go. So there's no like, oh, I might not be able. No. It's like Thursday. I'll pick you up at 7.
But I got work lists.
7 o'clock. And there's no change. It's like, yo, 7 o'clock. I can't tell you the amount of times that where like my schedule got flipped upside down because someone decided like, yeah, Gio, so 8 o'clock. And I was like, when? Friday. I was like, all right, see you at 8. I had like so much homework to do, but they're like, yo, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't live that type of life. I wasn't that pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's your rating? No, don't give me that. Forget you. Give me your rating. Because he always says, well, I don't know. I'm going to debate between 3 and 5 and 7 and 12. And I'm going to pretend that they're going to do something that they haven't done anyway. Nah. Gia, give me your rating.
I know, I just did too. Because if it's him that we're rating, right?
Yeah, it's just
his
him.
actions.
He just wants to know, like, did I do something wrong?
I mean, he listened to his pastor.
Yeah.
Like, he was nice.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you did. He did listen to his pastor.
As a seminarian, you got a pretty low.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta listen to the people above you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe a 4.
Okay.
Because he probably should have recognized what was going on a lot earlier.
Yes, that's all I was saying.
Like, the lack of awareness is kind of that's his own fault.
Ditto. I completely go with a 4.
All right.
But it's
4?
not something you're going to go to like confession for.
Oh yeah.
No. He hasn't done anything like confession worthy.
No.
But, you know, 4. Okay. All right.
But there might have been a small chance that amidst getting all these gifts, he was kind of up
Yeah.
in his head and didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah. No.
For sure.
That's fair. That's
Like,
fair.
he also needs really good friends. He
Yeah.
needs a good friend to say, hey, so you had a 2008 Toyota Corolla?
No. He don't got that.
He must
don't got
not.
that.
Because if I see you rolling up in a Tesla, I'm punching you in your chest.
Dog.
Like, excuse me?
Could you imagine in minor seminary, if I roll, like, one Sunday you saw me roll up in the silver Corolla, and then the next Sunday you saw me roll up in a BMW, a black BMW, black on black on black.
I'll let you know right now, you would make it from the parking lot directly to the rector's office. You wouldn't even be able to get inside. They would see you on the CCTV and be like, hey, Gio, I noticed that you just rolled in. Go ahead and send me my office. Like, it wouldn't even be an option for you to live life.
Yeah, man. They didn't play. Down in Miami, they didn't play. They did not play. Like,
Jump hop.
Just so you know, we had a point where like a dude got in trouble because they didn't put enough starch in his white shirt.
And we had a conference about it in the church.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let someone roll in with like a Rolex in a box that he has to like, nah.
Nope.
Or a new car and the car didn't come sanctioned from their bishop. Nah. That's not gonna rock. Yeah. But I give it a 5 because he didn't do anything wrong. So what do you think? Let us know what you think. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Drop us a line. Follow the CatholicNotebook.org/F2F. That's CatholicNotebook.org/F2F. And let us know. All right.
My words, the winds will shout. All I hear me out. It's not just a tale, it's life I've seen in these streets, these struggles, the space in between. I ain't here to preach, I'm just here to recount what's real, what matters, just hear me out. Hear me, hear me, hear me out. Give me time, let me speak, no doubt. The truth's in my words, the realest will shout. All I'm asking is hear me out.
All right. Oh, man. So, Gia, how'd you like it?
That was crazy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. We didn't scare you.
Nope.
You'll be back. You'll be back. But I hope for all of us here at Catholic. You hope.
I hope. It's hard to retain people. We're weird.
Yeah, I might need a little vacation. Another spring break.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sounds great.
That's fine. But for all of us here at Spirit Stream Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
And remember that you are good.
Life and faith meet.
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream Studios. All rights reserved.